Hi, I am here with Cutter, one of the owners of Roto Rooter. So, Cutter, can you tell me a little bit about how you got started with Roto Rooter?
Sure. I was a pipe fitter in the Navy, and when I was on board the ship, any problem that we could not handle, we called Roto Rooter. And of course, that being said, I thought they were just the best, and I wanted to work for them. So once I got out of the Navy, I got a job with Roto Rooter.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I guess if Roto Rooter is good enough for the Navy, they can be good enough for anybody else, right?
I agree.
So, can you give me a little bit of an overview of some of the services that Roto Rooter has to offer?
Sure. Well, we're a full service plumbing company, and so what that means is that we replace water heaters, do gas line work, we replace backflow preventers, as well as, of course, the things that Roto-Rooter's known for, like cleaning any drains or, we pump septics. We do the full array, if you will, of plumbing service.
Wow, it really is a full service, one stop shop.
Correct. There's a lot that we do.
Well, question one. You offer 24-hour service, is that correct?
We do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Christmas Day, with 365 days a year, you can call our phone and you get a live person. And in most cases, we have someone available right away, and we'll send them right over to take care of your problem.
That's excellent. Now, what are some of the reasons that people should actually call and take advantage of the 24-hour service that you do offer?
Well, all the obvious stuff, if your house is flooding, your toilet's overflowing, your water heater, you have no hot water. I guess the ones that would be not so obvious would be, maybe you smell gas. Maybe people in your house are getting sleepy and you can't figure out why, which could be carbon monoxide leak coming from some sort of gas appliance in your house. So those are just some of the reasons that people would call for emergency service.
Okay, so pretty much if people have water in their house in places that they shouldn't, something's overflowing, they are smelling gas, or everyone all of a sudden is unusually tired, those would be some good indicators to take advantage of the 24-hour service, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Question two. How exactly does your 100% guarantee actually work?
Well, if we come to your house and provide any of our services, and you're unhappy for any reason, maybe the guy left a mess, which is not usually the case. Maybe the drain backed up again, which sometimes does happen. You just call our office, and we send someone else out or the same person out to take care of the problem to your satisfaction.
That's awesome that you're able to offer something like that because I would imagine that not a lot of people out there are willing to actually back up their quality of work like you guys are.
Correct. We put a high priority on a call that is an existing customer calling and they're having a problem with work that we did. That's one of our highest priority calls.
That's great that you take care of your customers like that. Question three. What are the typical reasons that someone would need emergency plumbing services?
Well,
Maybe could it be a toilet overflowing or the kitchen sink, the water's not seeming to go down? Would those be some of the reasons that someone might need emergency plumbing?
Yes, absolutely. You know, if your washing machine is bubbling over and it's Sunday night and you're trying to get everything ready for the week for your family, then of course, absolutely give us a call and we take care of that. Or maybe you have a broken pipe inside your house under one of your sinks or something, and the house is flooded. All reasons to absolutely use our 24-hour emergency service.
Excellent. So again, that water being in places in the house that it shouldn't be probably qualifies for some emergency plumbing services, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, are there any precautions people can take to avoid having some of those issues, or are those just things that pretty much at some point every homeowner is going to unfortunately experience?
I think, unfortunately, um, at some point you will have some sort of emergency plumbing problem in your house. However, there are things that you can do as preventative maintenance. And for instance, maybe you're planning on having a house full during Christmas, and so you have us come out prior to that, and we snake all the drains to, as a preventative maintenance. Or you can take advantage when we're there. We do offer a free plumbing inspection, and we can inspect everything in the house while we're there. And if we find something wrong, we make you aware of it, and we can take care of it while we're there.
Well, that's great. Well, I'm glad that Roto Rooter's around so they can take care of all of those emergency plumbing needs, but it's also great to know that you guys will help people, with some of that preventative snaking the drains and doing stuff like that as well. So that's excellent. Question number 4. When it comes to clogged drains, what type of clogged drains are the ones that someone should call Roto Rooter for? If it's just a general, clog in the toilet, should I pick up the phone and call Roto Rooter, or is it for a little bit more serious clogs?
No, it's for anything and everything, whether the drain is just a little bit slow, whether it's plugged completely, whether it's your hand basin, again, the lavatory sink in the bathroom is a little bit slow, or the toilet's overflowing. I mean, from little to large, we take care of it.
So any clogs, I can give Roto Rooter a call because you guys will take care of it.
Correct.
Excellent. Question 5. Are there warning signs to look for that may indicate that there may be a leak in somebody's piping?
One of the biggest things I would say is discoloration around the toilet. You'll notice that your flooring may be not necessarily in tile, but if you have linoleum in your bathroom and you notice that around the base of the toilet the floor is starting to discolor, that is an indication of a leak. And of course, underneath the kitchen sink, you pull stuff out and there's water under there. That's obviously a big indicator, or even water at the base of your water heater. All pretty big indicators that you have a problem and need it addressed.
Okay. So now I've indicated that I probably have a leak. What are the steps when I call Roto Rooter and you guys come out to the home? What are the things that you guys are going to do to help me figure out where that leak is coming from and how to fix it?
Well, when we arrive on the job site, we're going to ask the customer what kind of trouble they're having today. And obviously they've told the office, but now at this point we want to dig a little deeper. So we may ask some pointed questions trying to get at the exact cause. And then of course we're going to start our investigative work to figure out exactly what's going on so that we can properly, diagnose it and give you a price to take care of it.
Excellent. Question 6. How does Roto Rooter handle flood repair?
Well, we go into the house and we will clean up most of water from a flood. We do refer people to companies that specialize in dewatering or, depending on how bad it is and what the extent of the problem is. And we take care of, if it's flooded underneath the house, we remove all the water out from underneath the house or a basement. If it's actually inside the house where maybe cabinets or something have to be removed, then we actually refer all that to a different company to take care of, that kind of stuff. But we take care of the plumbing end of it.
Gotcha. So if the house is flooding, you can definitely call Roto Rooter. You guys will come out to the house. You'll figure out where it's coming from and make the flooding stop, and then you'll also remove most of the water and then help the homeowner, find another company to handle some of the heavy damage if that's needed.
Absolutely. We have a list of companies that we refer people to, and they all accept people's homeowners insurance. I mean, again, to just help them take care of that situation.
That's great. Question number 7. What are some of the signs that indicate there might be a problem with the septic system and not in the actual piping of the house?
With septic systems, typically there's going to be an odor, not necessarily in the house, but outside. The septic system, of course, is tied to the plumbing in the house, and then you have vents on the top of your roof. And so gases go out of those vents. That's what they're made for. But you'll start noticing a smell that maybe you didn't have before, and you'll be wondering why you keep smelling that smell. And that is one indication. And another would be possibly standing water out in your field or your yard where, it's not normal for water to be standing there.
Now, would somebody have similar issues if there were roots in the growing into the piping, or would those have some different kind of signs that there's roots growing in the pipes?
I would say different signs. With roots, you're going to have more, it would be more like a slow drain. Maybe when you're doing laundry, you notice that your toilet bubbles, or after a lot of water use, you go into the bathroom and you notice that the water in the toilet is really low compared to its normal height. Those would all be indicative of a slow drain and possibly that you have root intrusion.
And now clearly you guys can help with getting rid of the roots that are growing in the pipes, right?
Absolutely. We can snake the drain out to clean the drain, to remove the drain of the roots that are in there. And then also we have different services to actually get the roots permanently out of the drain, whether we dig up the line and do what we call just a spot repair, or whether we replace the entire line with a traditional trenching method or with our trenchless.
Wow, that's awesome. Question 8. If someone seems to have a problem running out of hot water pretty quickly, what are some of the things that they should have looked at?
Well, the water heater is equipped with a tube that allows cold water, as you're using the hot water. It enters the water heater, and that tube takes that cold water to the bottom of the water heater tank. If that tube is cracked or broken, the cold water, excuse me, does not go to the bottom of the tank, and it mixes with the hot. So you only get lukewarm water, or maybe you get just hot water for a short time, and then it becomes warm, and so that tube can be replaced and take care of that problem.
And obviously that's something you can help with as well, right?
Absolutely, that is a service that we provide. And maybe your water heater's just not big enough for your household. Maybe it started out as a couple with a young baby, and now maybe they have 2 or 3 kids, and the water heater's just not adequately sized for their family anymore. And of course, we install and provide service for all on-demand water heaters.
That's excellent that you offer that service as well. Question 9. What makes Roto Rooter different from any of your competitors?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that sets us apart is our name recognition. Roto Rooter has been providing plumbing service in Humboldt County since the 50s. Most plumbing companies, if you look through the phone book, have not been around that long. So Roto Rooter is here today. It's going to be here tomorrow to take care of you. If you're their customer, they're going to be around for a long time for you.
That's excellent that obviously you guys are a well-established brand and a well-established company that isn't going anywhere and is going to be there for your current customers and new customers down the road to take care of whatever they need help with when it comes to their pipes, their plumbing, water being in places that it shouldn't be, getting roots out of the pipes, the hot water issues, really just anything when it comes to any kind of piping issue within the home. So that's excellent that you can offer all of that.
Yeah, I think that if you look in the phone book from year to year to year, you notice people coming and going out of the phone book, and you definitely don't want to have a plumber that when you pick up the phone to call that person, they're not in business anymore, because now you're starting all over with a new relationship with a new company. So there's definitely comfort in utilizing a company that's been around for a long time, and again, that is going to be here tomorrow when you need them.
Absolutely. Well, Cutter, I just want to thank you again for taking your time today. And clearly, Roto Rooter does offer 24-hour service and has that 100% guarantee, which I think is key, that you stand behind your work and you're going to be there for your current customers and any new customers that come into the Roto Rooter family. So if anyone has any additional questions or might actually need to utilize your services, what are the best ways that someone can get in contact with Roto Rooter?
Well, they can go on our website at rotorooterhumboldt.com and post that question there. And they can also call any of our numbers, and I can give those to you if you'd like.
I would absolutely love you to give those numbers to us.
Our main office is in Arcata, which is 822-2688. And our Eureka number is 445-0571. Our Fortuna number is 725-3735. McKinleyville customers would call 839-2646. And then for our Southern Humboldt family, we have 923-7518.
Excellent. So if there are any problems, Roto Rooter is the place to call. Thank you again, Cutter.